Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD version. It's currently part 41 for my Let's Play, and I can't actually remember what date it was when I recorded this. Yes, you know what that means? This is currently a post-commentary. And I can tell you that it is, at this moment, the 15th of November 2017 as I'm doing this post-commentary. I can probably check online to see when I actually recorded this, but I don't really want to do that. I don't want to stray from the actual video that you're watching right now by doing something else. It kind of ruins the immersion, of course. But what we're going to be doing in this video is a few things. We're mainly going to be dealing with the whole merchant business with the flowers. You can see that we were just in front of the store where we kind of start our quest there. But what we end up doing first and foremost is actually getting our final bottle. Now, you do remember that we did get 3 bottles before, and I'm kind of checking my items list, discussing it at this time. You can see that we have 1 bottle missing here. We got 1 from Medley, that was the first one we got. The second one we got was, I think, from a submarine. And then the third one we got was from the masked salesman for something like, I don't know, was it 800 rupees? Maybe it was only 600, I can't really remember. But either way, we need 1 more bottle to complete our group of bottles. We get 4 in total in the game. So basically what I'm doing right now is starting the little side quest that we go on to acquire that bottle. And I will mention that between the original version of the game and the HD version, nothing at all has changed regarding this quest. So I think you have to first and foremost talk to her before you can actually get her to start moving. Basically what we need to do is tail her as she does something a little bit strange, a little bit questionable in the night. And, of course, just as a hero would, we tail them, just to kind of make sure that they're doing the right thing. A bit vigilante-esque, but anyway, we won't discuss that. As you can see, I even rolled on the spot there, because we all know how vigilantes are very good with acrobatics. If Batman is anything to go by, I would say that that is a universal truth. But anyway, you can see that she's taking her sweet time moving here, but yeah, as long as you stay immediately out of her sight, you should be okay, I think. There's no real issue even if she sort of sees you, because you can, as you'll later see in this process that we're undertaking here, we can make a sound like a cat to kind of indicate that it's not actually a person following her. It was a bit of a not convincing sort of cat noise, but it was good enough because it's a Zelda game. We don't question things in Zelda games, you see. I've discussed this many times in the past. I picked up this pot and then I realised, oh shit, if I throw this, what if it alerts her? So I kind of threw it far away, and I decided, you know, I'll just pick up the rupees, it's not a problem. Because basically, no matter how far away from her you go, she will continue on her usual path. As long as you know the ultimate destination, you should be fine. I was a bit worried that I had lost her here, but she's actually just around the corner, and you can see that she sort of saw me. It was possibly because you can hear the cat noise there. It was possibly because of the sounds that I was making. At the very least, maybe the game realised that I was kind of going to be in her line of sight if she continued there. I wasn't in her line of sight at that time, but because she was going to continue across where she would have seen me, the game kind of saved me there, in case I was still kind of standing in that position, and she ended up seeing me completely as she moved forwards. So, yeah, that was a fortunate thing, in a sense, even though I was planning to hide properly there. So you can see that she's trying to steal from this safe. She probably knows the code because she does actually work at this place. So, yeah, I don't know. A little bit dodgy, actually employing a peasant at your store. Maybe he didn't actually tell her the code, maybe she kind of watched to see what the code is, generally, while he wasn't looking, but, yeah, that's kind of what happens when you employ poor people. And you have a big safe, you know, it's not a big surprise. But either way, I can't imagine that she was trying to break into the safe. She was at one time a rich girl. This is actually the daughter of the fat guy who is now taking the place of the old weird ratty person who used to follow us around and wanted us to listen to his tale of woe. Well, basically, now the fat guy who was once living in the big mansion is on the street. That ratty guy is in the mansion for some reason. I can't really remember the story behind that, and I don't know if I'll even end up pursuing it here. Actually, I might have to if I want to do 100%. There might be a quest line that is rewarded with a piece of heart or something like that involves these people. But at the very least, this is kind of a side quest line that exists for the daughter, and she kind of realizes that she's done the wrong thing and whatever else, and I guess she's desperate, but yeah, she does give us a bottle in the end. We're not going to let her go, I think, because if we say unfortunately no, she'll because I like you. She's more or less admitting to her mistakes and even thanking us, but at the very least, she did bribe us in the end with a bottle to shut up, I think, you know. It's not as if she's rewarding us for being true to ourselves and our sense of justice. I think she's actually just bribing us with a bottle. Hey, take this bottle and shut up, you know. Yeah, I like your justice and all that, but take this bottle and shut up, don't talk about this, you know. It's kind of what it's like, but anyway. Of course, in my original commentary, I would have been talking about whatever. Whenever you see sort of pauses in the actual gameplay, obviously in my original commentary I was talking about something. I did already go through the whole video and edit everything that was necessary. I'm just not happy with my original commentary, that's why I'm doing a post-commentary. Usually it takes quite a lot for me to bother doing this, because I hate post-commentary. I really dislike it. Not just the end result, but also the process of actually doing it. So, yeah, whatever. It's okay once in a while, but for instance, if I had an entire Let's Play where it was post-commentary, that would just be trash. I wouldn't even bother with that shit, you know. So, yeah, long story short, I've already gone through the whole video and made the necessary edits, so yeah, everything is already edited, because, of course, in the Merchant Quest I will be dealing with the, See, at this point, the reason why I went here was because I was thinking, you know, the flower is there, so he'll probably want to start the quest here, but you see, this guy's like, no, I want to speak at the other counter, and I was talking about, in my original commentary, how fickle this guy is about that shit, but, anyway. With the Merchant Quest, I will be going from island to island quite a bit, so I do just cut it out, because it's frustrating to see me manually go from island to island. It's mostly islands that I can warp to, or at the very least warp close to. That's kind of the idea. You don't really want to be sending them, or sending the player to really far areas, and there's a loud bird outside, not unusual, especially considering it's in the morning. The birds are at their loudest, not the bows are at their loudest. Yeah, that would be interesting, but anyway. The Merchant Quest here is not very difficult if you are following a walkthrough, and I do follow a walkthrough here because I just don't remember the merchant orders, like, you know, the correct order in which to do the merchants, so they will want specific flowers. It's not difficult to do it without a walkthrough either, because they'll just be like, I don't want that, so you just find the one that wants the flower that you have at whatever given time. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But just to save yourself some time and some frustration, just do it with a walkthrough. There's no real repercussion for doing that, I don't think. And if there is one, it's your personal opinion to give yourself such a repercussion, like, oh, I don't want to follow a walkthrough, I don't want to do that, I want to do it for myself. And then, you know, actually following a walkthrough would, I don't know, hurt your pride? I don't know how that works, but yeah, long story short, there's no real repercussion for following a walkthrough in this case. So just go with it. Doesn't really ruin any sort of immersion. What I'm doing right now is heading to Bomb Island first and foremost, which is 1 square north of the Forest Haven. And I just manually sail here first and foremost, just to kind of show you the process of getting there. This is something that I'll have to do multiple times, I think something like 4 or 5 times in total, taking this journey to Bomb Island. And of course the journey itself is not going to be quite as lengthy in the HD version of the game compared with the original GameCube version, because the Swift Sail only exists in, you can sort of see that I'm showing you the Bomb Island here, but yeah, the original game of course did not have the Swift Sail, and it wasn't like it was a problem. You never had the Swift Sail, or even the thought of a Swift Sail existing, so it never felt slow, is what I mean to say. So it wasn't like everything was a chore for me in the original game. People did hate the sailing. I always loved the sailing, so I didn't really mind it too much. But yeah, going back to the original game and using the original sail at this stage, now that we know that the Swift Sail is a thing that exists, it would be quite a frustration. I don't know why this guy has a hole in the top of his hat, but he does. And once again, I don't know why his hat needs to go so far that he needs an eye hole poked through it. But anyway, what I'm doing right now is just checking this, another Miiverse don't go message, plenty of those. Of course, as I'm recording this now, the Miiverse has been shut down, which is kind of sad. It shut down, I think, on the 7th or 8th of November 2017, depending on where you live in the world, but in the time zone that they specified, it was the 7th of November. But anyway, I give this guy or rather gave this guy the town flower, and he gives us the, what's it called again? The sea flower in return. And so we have begun our quest. There are two things that you can get from this quest line. The first thing that you get, and it doesn't require much effort at all to get this, is the magic armor. You only need to do something like 3 flower trades to get the magic armor. And you get that from the merchant guy. You just go back to his store, and he gives you the magic armor. So you can see I've made a cut to Greatfish Isle here. But, yeah, so you get the magic armor, I think, after 3 flower trades, and then after something like 6 or 7 flower trades. Once again, that's an estimate, I don't know the exact number, I'm going based on memory and estimation, as I mentioned, but, yeah, you get a piece of heart. And I think that's kind of strange, I think it should be the reverse. I think the piece of heart is the lesser of the 2 rewards. The magic armor is pretty cool, but, yeah, you don't need to do much at all to get the magic armor. It's only like 3 flower trades, as I mentioned. So there'll be this trade, and then I think 1 more, and then we will be able to get the magic armor. But we're not going to stop there, because of course this is a 100% run, so, oh, it seems that those were the only flowers that I needed to trade, which is quite bizarre. But there you go, so now that we have those 3 flowers, okay, so we needed to make 2 trades, but in total we needed 3 flowers, that makes sense. That's why I had the number 3 in my head. So there you go, he gives us the Zunari family treasure, which is the magic armor, and it looks really good in this game. It looked pretty cool in the original game, but with HD graphics it looks really cool. It's got this, there's multiple dimensions to the armor itself, you know, you can see the ball inside of this almost transparent, or rather translucent, I guess, outer shell, this weird, diamond-like shape, but you can see that the effect is also quite nice looking. But ultimately, what has changed here, and in my original commentary I was coming to realize this, the magic armor no longer consumes your magic as you use it, which is quite strange. I was really surprised to see this, and yeah, I wasn't really sure why they decided to do that. In this game, and I don't know if this was the case in the original game, I really don't remember, but your rupees are taken from you instead of your hearts. So basically you lose no hearts whatsoever while you use this magic armor, which can be left on permanently pretty much. You'd probably have to reapply it whenever you enter a new area. You know, for instance, you go warp somewhere, then you would have to reapply it. But you're not going to lose any health unless you hit 0 rupees when you're using this. And it doesn't actually consume too many of your rupees. It consumes maybe 30 rupees every time you get hit, something like that. Of course, that would add up over time, but it's very good in the sense that even if you have no magic, if you are in an emergency situation, you can just put that on, and you'll be fine. You'll get through it. I mean, as if you really need something like that in a game like this. This is a pretty easy game already, and they're giving you something like magic armor with no actual consumption requirements for the magic. Just nothing at all. Just put it on, takes you rupees instead of your health. Really easy. So what we're doing right now, is heading to Bomb Island again. And we are taking the last flower that we got from the previous merchant and giving it to this one. And kind of repeating the process in a way. It's going from the beginning again, but from a different stage in the quest line. This is the exotic flower, and he gives us the Sickle Moon Flag. Once again, what we're doing right now is working towards a piece of heart. We've already received the first reward, which is the magic armor. Even though it should be the last reward, it's the better of the 2 rewards by far. But, yeah, we are now getting a piece of heart, or attempting to do that. Of course, we will need to do it regardless, because this is a 100% run, so I'm not really bothered about it. Even though it's not really that great of a reward, we will have to do it at some point anyway, so we may as well do it now, while we're actually doing the actual quest to get the magic armor. Of course, the reason why you would get the magic armor in the original game at the very least, I never used it in the original game. That's why I said at the very least in this game it does use your rupees. The reason why I said that was because I'm not too sure how it was in the original game, because I never used it. When I did actually use it was probably something ridiculous, like 9 or 10 years ago. I don't know when I first used the magic armor, so at the very least it was so long ago that I can't remember the details of it, so I can't remember if it consumes your rupees or what. I can't remember if I even used it in battle or not, but all I remember is that it did indeed consume your magic when you used it in the original game, but in this game it does not. So I don't know if it did consume your rupees in the original game or not. I don't know how much it has changed, but at the very least in this game it does consume your rupees. That's what I was trying to say. But my ultimate point there is something that I've forgotten. I don't know what my original point was, but I was talking about something, and I think... Anyway, I think this quest, as I did mention before, has more or less remained unchanged since the original game, so I'd like to keep it. Don't throw it away, that would really suck. I'd have to do this all again, probably. Actually no, I'd probably be able to get the flower that I had from before I got the Fountain Idol. I think that's what it was called, but yeah, anyway, is that what it's called? I don't know. Yes, Fountain Idol. Good. But yeah, I don't know what I was actually saying before I went off on the tangent of not knowing whether or not the original magic armor consumed rupees, but anyway. You guys probably remember, but I got a bit stuck in my mind on my tangents. I do that from time to time. One thing that I actually used to do in my original Let's Plays, it's a thing that I got over, more or less. You know, kind of an issue with my recordings that I worked on over a long period of time and managed to fix. I used to always go off on tangents in the middle of discussing something, and then I would not return to the original point. This time I just forgot it, but I am aware of the fact that I've done that. I hit my my boom stand with my fingernail, might have made a strange sound. But yeah, the funny thing is with my original commentaries is that that would be a common theme, you know. I'd be talking about something, and then I'd think of something else. Maybe it was something that happened in the game. And then that would happen, and I just would not return to the original conversation. However, now, I'm always returning to that original conversation. I always keep it in mind. I think in my head, okay, so this is something that I've been talking about. Well, this is something I've been talking about. Let's just keep it in our head and return to it when I get the opportunity. And that's what I've been doing. And I always took notice of that when I was doing my commentaries back in 2009, 2010. And I fixed it over a long period of time, as I mentioned. There is a really loud bird outside. I hope that I can indeed do sufficient background noise reduction using Audacity to more or less not have that be a huge issue, but I don't know. At this time of year, especially these days, it wasn't as bad last year as it is this year, but all the birds have found this tree. Like, there are these really loud birds that exist in Australia. They are called lorikeets. At the very least they exist in New South Wales, maybe Sydney, more specifically where I live. But these lorikeets, they're basically like rainbow parrots. They look really nice, but they're extremely loud. Oh my god. And they've all found these 2 trees with red flowers that are kind of on my property, and they just, oh my god, they congregate in huge numbers. To start with, you're pretty much doubling the number of any sort of lorikeets activity, because they always travel in pairs. They have an interesting thing about them is that they will have a partner for life. I accidentally gave him the magic armor. Anyway, yeah, I of course meant to give him this. But yeah, as I was saying, you will always have 2 lorikeets together, so yeah, I guess in a sense you could possibly double the number, but there we go, we got the piece of heart in the end, which was nice. But yeah, they are very nice looking birds, but they are extremely loud, and when they are in large numbers, it's just so bad. So, kind of September, October, it's pretty much spring at the moment. No, it's not spring, it's autumn at the moment. I don't know why. I knew as soon as I said that I was wrong, so I just thought about it for a moment and went, no, that's not the case. Okay, so it is currently autumn, and at this time of the year, the flowers actually, the red flowers, they come out, and it's just, oh my god. The lorikeets will come and they will make so much noise and they will basically ruin my recordings, and it's quite frustrating. I'm sure they did it last year as well, but this year it has been especially bad. I haven't recorded so much during this time of year as I did last year, I don't think. I can't remember what I was recording last year at this time, but yeah, I really don't know. Maybe I wasn't recording too much last year either. Maybe it was 2015 when I was having a problem with that. But anyway, we have now completed the quest, and as you can see, we can go to this guy's store and he has all of those flowers available. And instead of, you know, being a little bit smarter with his positioning of these, you know, flowers, you can't call them all flowers, they're kind of like weird figurine sort of things. Instead of kind of being smarter about how he positions them, he just makes his store longer and longer and longer for no reason. But anyway, it's the Zelda universe, and I accidentally talked to these stupid women. I didn't mean to do that at all. It was definitely not my intention. But anyway, that's about all we're doing in this video, I think. We're not doing too much more. I'm sure in my original commentary I was discussing something, but I don't really remember at this stage. Regardless, I think maybe I'll end up doing something before I end this. I don't really know what I'm discussing in my original commentary, I can't really recall, but if it looks like I'm not doing anything else, then I'll probably just end the video here regardless, because there isn't much more that we need to do, so yeah, it's kind of better that I don't leave the video dragging on and then I have my post-commentary just kind of hanging in the air, not really knowing what to do, which is kind of what's happening right now. I don't know whether or not I should be saying goodbye or what, or yeah, I suppose at this stage I'm kind of discussing the magic armor and how strange it is that it has changed in the way that it no longer consumes your magic. It is very strange, but anyway, I think that's about it for this video, guys, so I may as well start wrapping it up. Once again, I don't really know when I originally recorded this. The date will be in the description if it is something that matters to you. Maybe you don't give a shit at all. I definitely care about it, so that's why I leave that information in the description of the videos. But yeah, at the very least, as I'm doing this commentary, or post-commentary more specifically, it is the 15th of November 2011, and I will actually be uploading this video today. So, there you go. Just a little fun fact for you. This is the second time I've recorded a video that will be uploaded today, which is kind of strange. I was doing the same thing for Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate Part 30, so there you go. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video, where I will be doing something that I can't remember what I was doing, but anyway, it will indeed be Part 42 that you'll be seeing in the next video, and I will see you guys then. Catch you later.